Urinary tract infections are extremely common. Around 1 in 2 women and 1 in 20 men will get a UTI in their lifetime. Plus, once you've had one UT challenge, you're way more susceptible to another in the future. That's why you just need Just Thrive's UT123. This product can actually prevent UTIs while maintaining your urinary tract health. UT123 targets both immediate and long-term relief. We've all heard to drink cranberry juice for your urinary tract, but did you know that for the full effects, you need the whole cranberry? Not just juice, but the skin, flesh, and even the seeds. Well, UT123 uses superior ingredients that utilizes the whole fruit. This supplement truly is the full package. So if you're someone who struggles with the constant urge to urinate, a burning feeling when you pee, pelvic pain, or just want to be proactive in your urinary health, Just Thrive is for you. Just Thrive is so confident you'll love their product that there is a 100% money-back guarantee on every purchase made through justthrivehealth.com. And for a limited time, you can save 20% off site-wide at justthrivehealth.com with promo code SEXWithEmily. That's justthrivehealth.com and use code SEXWithEmily for 20% off your order. You're going to love it. Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think. Hey guys, can I ask you a question? How are your balls feeling right now? Are they super clean and dry? Does your partner complain or is not always willing to go downtown? If so, I've got something for you. I've just launched a new product called Down Under Comfort from my brand Emily & Tony. It's really unique. It's a cream to tapioca powder formula that is designed to keep men fresh and clean down under or wherever they need. And girls can use it too, under their breasts, their lower back, anywhere they want to stay fresh. So help keep this podcast free and your balls dry. Use code Emily to get 20% off your first purchase. Check them out today at emilyandtony.com. Trust me, and you're welcome.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com, where you can listen to all my podcasts. And you can also go to iTunes. It's so easy to subscribe. You'll never miss another podcast again because we do 2 podcasts a week, and you're going to love them all. Sometimes we have amazing guests, like the beautiful, amazing guests I've sitting here. Sometimes we don't, and we just give you advice. We always give you advice, and we always entertain you. So check me out on iTunes, sexwithemily.com, also Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, Sex with Emily. And we give you, we like to entertain you while improving your sex life. That's what we do around Sex with Emily. Another thing I would announce for my listeners is that we are making some changes to the website, which is very exciting. And I wanted to know if you would do me a favor. If you could go to my website, and there's a survey there. And it says, like, it's Lipson survey or just some survey. It's 4 questions. And I just want to know about you. And it asks, like, your name. We won't share your email addresses. If you listen to the podcast, where you live, whatever. It'll take you 2 seconds. But it'll really help us with the show. So that's, I don't ask you to do many things, but I would totally appreciate if you went to sexonly.com and filled that out. Take 2 seconds. And we're also going to be giving out some prizes to people who give it. So we're going to be doing like the 15th person, the 30th person. We're going to be getting maybe even more than that because God knows I've got a lot of sex toys. So I'm going to do that. And then also you can now on Thursday nights at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, you can always call in at 1-800-568-3191 and ask questions. It can be anything, sex and relationship questions. We have a wonderful guest here tonight. We have Lisa Ann here. Hi, Lisa.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. So Lisa Ann, her website is thelisaann.com, and she's won so many awards that literally, if I went through her entire bio, I'd be here for an hour. But she's an adult and mainstream sensation. The New York Post declared Lisa Ann the most popular porn star in the world for 2 years now. That's pretty friggin' amazing. She was one of the 50 most searched women in the world by Google. And she also has a bunch of stuff going on. Tell me about your show on
Monday nights. I do a sports show called Lisa Ann Does Fantasy. It's all about fantasy football. We did basketball. I'm taking a little hiatus for the summer because I'm not yet pro skill at fantasy baseball, which is extremely difficult, stats oriented. I also produce and direct my own movies for Jules Jordan Video. I work on my site as well, and then I travel feature dancing and hosting 4 weekends a month. So
Wow.
I keep pretty busy getting out there to meet my Twitter followers, my Instagram followers.
Well, they're all calling in like crazy right now.
They're very
They
friendly.
love you. And then you also, 2013, the MILF Revolution was your directorial debut. AVN Best MILF release.
Yes, my first movie, which was pretty exciting.
Now, how does that work? So if you're the MILF, you're like known for this MILF stuff. So like, are your kids in it? Like, what makes you a MILF? Like, you
I don't
look
have
like
kids,
Right.
but
So,
what
like,
happens is...
not really kids, but like fictional children. Like, how do they?
What happens is you get put into a certain category at a certain age. And it just kind of happens for you.
You look like you're 25. So
I'll be
okay.
42 in May. May 9th is my birthday.
God.
So it just kind of fell in my lap that way. And I just aged with the business. I've been doing this since I was 18, 20 was my first contract. So it's been my whole life, and I've watched the transition of the MILF genre happen. What's great about it for me is when you're a young girl in the business, and I joke with all the young girls about this. We had an award show last night, and I just had a laughable conversation with one of the girls. When you're young, you kind of got to work with all the creepy old guys because everybody's into that, like, you look super
Right.
young porn. Like, you're almost borderline, you look
Right.
barely 18, barely legal. And so they want you with these creepy old, and you hate it, but it's what you have to do.
Right.
Because that's just what it is.
Right.
So when I'm now able to work with just young, hot guys,
Right.
that's kind of super fun for me. So I'm like, yeah, when the MILF thing happened, I was like, I kind of felt like Hugh Hefner when Viagra was invented.
Right.
I remember he said, this happened just in time for me. The MILF revolution happened just in time for me.
So what is it about the MILFs that men have these fetishes about being with MILFs?
I've been asking people this for the past 5-6 years in my travels. And what I find is we're a lot more sexually open in general as a culture. So you now have more couples and women watching porn. When you put that into play with this topic, women and couples want to watch women do these scenes that they feel are comfortable doing these scenes.
Right.
And when they see girls that are too young, now mind you, if you are my age, you could have an 18-year-old daughter. So probably watching an 18-year-old do a scene is the last thing you want to see.
Exactly. And you don't want your partner, you and
And
your partner.
younger guys seem to really like the older woman because she could teach them something.
Right.
There's more experience.
Mrs.
there.
Robinson thing.
When a guy is in his prime, he's young and he wants to have good sex and a lot of it.
Right.
And he can't really get that from a young girl because a young girl really doesn't know how to do a lot of sexual things yet.
Right, exactly.
What is her repertoire at that point? 2 or 3 things. So they love the older women, and it's just really the culture of just understanding that porn is so much more mainstream than it used to be.
Right.
And people want someone they can relate to.
Do you feel now that you are in your 30s, when you were in your 30s to 40s, that actually your sex life did get better?
The
you're a porn
business
star.
really
That's probably
raised
really
me.
good. Right.
Well, actually, no. I mean, I didn't do anal till I was in my 30s. Now girls get in the business and they kind of just do everything because it's what they do.
Right.
And I always told everyone I was working for, well, I can't do anything really until I do it in my personal life. I want to try my personal life
That makes
first.
sense. Why do it on screen
rather
first
than
then?
do it on screen, have maybe a
Totally.
traumatic experience. And I wanted to understand it sexually. So I grew with the business and definitely became more sexual as I got older.
Okay, that's good. And so do you in real life? Like, or are there always younger men who are like kind of see you in the street even, and they're like, "Will you teach me something?"
It's so funny. I have a range of men in my life. You know, I feel like it takes a lot of men to love me to make me be able to go out and produce the love that everybody wants from me. That sexual chemistry I put out there is brought to me by multiple men that are in my daily interactions, even if it's just texting or I see them here and there. And they do range from 18 to my age. And I do love the younger guys because they're super fun. And I have a lot of athletes in my life, and I know their schedule, and I'm a huge sports fan. So I'll want to go to basketball games, and I get to see them at their hotel. We just kick it for that one night. We catch up, and we talk a lot about traveling, and we talk a lot about the things that I've experienced that I want to be sure they experience.
Right.
Seeing
so
things,
you are a mentor
doing things. I am
and rocking their world
Exactly.
sexually. So
exactly.
It's
you know, and I lecture them a lot about, you know, just being careful about things with their privacy. You know, I'm very private with their lives, but not all girls are going to be that way.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So that makes sense because you're like, you've had more experience and you open up to them. So tell me, so how do you, well, you know, we have a million calls. Let's just take a call real quick because I feel like people are dying to talk to you.
Yeah, they're freaking out. Because
Let's
they can't really call into my sports show anymore unless they have a
Let's take
sports
line
topic.
3 real quick. Things on anal sex. Oh, perfect. RJ.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Welcome on the show, Sex Emily Show with Lisa Ann.
How you doing?
I'm great.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
Oh, you're going to come to the scene?
Well, I live on Long Island. And,
Awesome. I love that little club. You like it there?
I really don't go there. I missed the last time you were there.
Well, that was a long time ago. I know my girl Jaden was just there not too long ago. Jaden James?
Yeah.
Did you go see her?
No, I didn't. I was actually working.
Well, if you tweet me, you have Twitter?
Yes, I do.
All right, you tweet me tonight, okay? I'll follow you. I'll take your name, and I'll put you on my guest list for calling into the show tonight.
Oh, my God. I love that.
Okay.
RJ, you're on the guest list.
Thank you.
Yeah,
got it,
RJ.
boy.
Did you have a question about anal sex?
Yeah, my girlfriend wants to try anal sex with me.
Yep.
Okay.
And she tells me she's scared because she says I'm a little larger than, I guess, her last boyfriend.
You know, the key is really going to be a lot of lube and being prepared to warm her up slowly with your fingers and be sure that she's relaxed enough with it. The key for her, is it her first time or has she done it with other people?
She's done it with other people. She just said that the difference, like I said, the difference is that she said I'm a little larger than her last boyfriend.
It's interesting with anal, but so you know, once you get the head in the first, 2 inches of that head in you could put anything in your ass.
Yeah.
Any size, anything can go in your ass.
We don't recommend it,
So
but you
it's
could.
more about it's a real mental thing for a girl. And it's more about her just relaxing. I always say take a couple shots of Jameson because it never hurts.
Either that or, yeah, exactly.
Do what you got to do. Just be chill. But once you're in, you're good. It doesn't matter. I mean, I've taken Mandingo in my ass, so if you see that thing, you'll understand you can put anything in your ass.
Yeah,
Well,
I've seen the movie.
And a lot of it is also about just relaxing. So I feel, this is my theory about anal sex. I feel like so many women have a bad first experience with anal sex. Like some guy came in and like shoved it in. It was hard and it was bad and she didn't like it. And I feel like if you know how to do it right and you use a lot of lube and you make sure she's relaxed and she breathes and she doesn't tense up because she might be nervous.
Well, another thing that people don't realize is when you clench your jaw, you actually also clench the muscles that are in your anus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So breathing and relaxing your mouth is incredibly important. Before I did my first anal scene, I actually sat down with a colonic specialist because I wanted to ask her everything about my butt that I needed to know. Because I wanted to make sure I didn't tear it and I didn't ruin it. And I had all these questions and I had all these concerns. And she told me that. She's like, you need to really breathe in, inhale when you're, and I did a DP scene yesterday. It was one of my best DP scenes I've done to date.
DP scenes?
Yeah, which is double penetration.
Oh, right, double penetration, of course. I should know that.
And when you're shooting double penetration, it's not necessarily the size that bothers you. It's the angle so that the camera can get in and see everything. So both guys have to kind of pull your body in completely 2 different directions. And it's pretty intense.
It's like acrobatic.
So I had to remember when that's happening, like, just breathe. And relax your jaw.
Right.
You're going to be
relax
fine.
your jaw. That's a great one. Breathe, relax your jaw, lots of lube, make sure she's comfortable.
Well,
maybe
I'll see
give
you
her a
tomorrow night,
massage.
man. Hit me up on
Thanks,
Twitter.
RJ.
Can
Have
I
a
ask
great
you
night.
one question?
Yes, RJ.
Is it better? Because I really don't like the lube, but I don't mind. Like I said, I would rather just shove my tongue in there.
It's not enough
No.
lubrication. And also, water lubrication is not good for anal. You want to use a silicone-based lube instead of a water-based lube. What'll happen with water is it'll just make everything, your skin to her skin will grab and tear.
Okay.
You actually need something. Like I've told people, I feel sometimes anal sex is easier with a condom.
Yeah.
Because it gives you something in between the skin. Because it's normally the skin to skin is what causes the tear. It's not the size of the cock. You could be as big as you want to be. You won't tear her.
Yeah.
Your skin will.
But sometimes when you're doing that using condom, it can rip the condom if you are using it for protection.
If you don't use enough lube.
Right. So what kind of silicone lube do you like?
I like the pink products. Eros is good. Wet is good. Just, it's always good to have two lubes. It's good to have, your water-based and your silicone-based.
It's so true. And also, you can get any lube you want at sexwithemily.com/goodvibes, or just go to my website, sexwithemily.com, click on the Good Vibrations banner, and you will get, if you put in coupon code Emily, you get 15% off your purchase. Go buy some lube for this occasion. It'll be fun. Thanks, RJ. Have a great night. Okay, so anal. So do you orgasm through anal sex?
I do.
Okay. See, I think I might have you leave right now. Okay, explain that to me. Have you always really liked women? I want to orgasm. I mean, really.
Well, I didn't start doing it until I was in my 30s, and I just started to really understand it, and I started to realize what makes it work. You have to have some. It's different, even on set. I have to have a much deeper connection with a guy on set that I'm having an anal scene with.
So how do you have the deeper connection with them before? Like, do you know? It's just
somebody. Yeah, I know everybody. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I know everybody in the business. Right. So, and I know what level I interact with somebody, and if we're just good for a boy-girl scene, or if we're like close and we get along, and I feel comfortable. I also need to know the guy likes anal, because not all guys like anal.
Right, it's true.
So if a guy doesn't like anal, then you're self-conscious during the scene because you're worried about him not wanting to do it. You know what I mean?
So can you orgasm just through anal alone, or do you first need like clitoral stimulation or G-spot orgasm?
I can orgasm through anal alone, and I don't know how it happened.
I think I want to clap for her. Orgasm through anal. I think that is like a dream upon a dream for many people. Thank you, Anderson. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Oh, how about that? That's good. So, what are you working on now? Anything exciting? You've won 1 million awards. So, like, any good scenes that you've done lately?
I'm producing my one movie a month. So, Lisa Ann Loves Girls is coming out this month. Actually, today, April 16th. It was yesterday. My schedule was so crazy.
I don't even know what day it is.
Because yesterday was XRCO. That's how I remembered. And it's my first all-girl release, so it's a girl-girl movie, and it was really fun putting it together. I'm working on those projects every month. So the movie I'm shooting this month is an interracial MILF movie. So I'm kind of writing my scenarios and picking my locations right now, and what rooms I want to use in each location, and what style scenes. There's got to be a kitchen, and there's got
right. Kill two birds with one stone. You get a mixed race scene as well as MILF.
Yeah,
I love it. That's amazing.
So working on that stuff. I'm also in the process of finishing my book. So I'm, it's been years of process of
What's your book about?
Myself and just this journey. I'm being in the business and all the
adventures.
Has it been
a good journey for you?
It has.
You love it. It's been great.
Oh my God, the life that this has created for me. The fact that I can live part-time New York, part-time LA, the fact that I travel and do anything I want, whenever I want, my schedule is completely mine to be made. That is just such a freedom. I mean, not everybody can manage what comes with it. Because there's definitely an openness that you feel with people that sometimes can be a little misconstrued because, of course, they may have relations with me on a daily basis and I may have never met them.
Exactly.
So when they meet me, there's this comfort with them and I have to say to them, I don't know you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's got to be weird, too. So do guys come up to you all the time?
Well, I can't really travel alone anymore. So you normally have security with me everywhere I go. And dudes do come up to me all the time. And for the most part, people are very cool.
Right. Okay.
But there's times where you're on a date, it's awkward.
Right.
You're with your family, it's awkward.
Dates are always awkward when you're in this business.
You're just like, well, it's just hard when you're with a date. Another dude comes up and asks your date to take a picture of you and him.
But what about, right. Well, what about the guys that you date, though? Do they know that you're already porn star? Can you ever hide it? Like, sometimes I try to hide sex. No. You can't hide it. They Google you. You can't. Well,
it's not just Googling me. Everyone knows who I am.
Who you are. I know. You can't. So they want to date either for that. You don't care because it's you who you are. But do you ever feel like sometimes with guys, you're like, is it just because I'm the porn star, or is it because...
No, I'm pretty good at screening people's mental space. I know what they want from me, and if it's just one thing, I know what it is right away. And I don't really have a need from them. So if they're giving me what I want, we're going to hang out and have sex, and it's great, and that's it. And I don't talk to them again for 3 weeks. I'm fine with that.
Okay, that's good. That's good because I feel for me, like Sex with Emily, sometimes I don't want to lead with that. When someone's like, I want to fix you up with someone, I'm like, don't tell them my last name or don't tell them what I do, just because. Then they make assumptions.
But that makes it even harder because then you meet someone and they don't. It's better to just have everything on the table.
I know, but like right away, I'm like, can we just wait like 5 minutes before they know sex with? But it's like different with porn. I know that they all know who you are. For me, it's like maybe they haven't listened to the podcast or whatever, so it's totally fine. So, what do you think in porn that you've learned? Would you say about sex tips that you think that you've learned specifically because you've worked in porn and you've done so many sex scenes and you've done a lot. Like, what would you say are tips that you think you've learned that maybe other people don't quite grasp yet?
I've had to adapt to many partners, so I've learned how to adjust to each partner. And I think it's really important that first 5 to 10 minutes that you are engaging in foreplay and connecting with each other, that you can really shut out the world. It's kind of like people who meditate are very good at this.
Right.
So because I'm good at that and I understand that separation, you have to put all your other thoughts aside because you have this period of time to completely get your breathing in sync, get each other in sync, and find out what he really likes or what she really likes. And you can tell all that from just listening to your partner and their breathing and how they're moving with you. So it's really about just shutting everything else out. And I think we're all so busy. And I think when people have sex in their personal life, especially in a relationship, and especially if there's children or pets or other things that are complicated that they're always planning and managing, you're always in the zone of logistics and you're not able to disconnect with that and really relax.
It's so true. You get in the moment. That's why I'm always like, give your partner a massage, like do something to relax.
Just
because
shut
our minds
the world
are
out.
going through our to-do list and we're thinking of everything going on. And that's why like a lot of women and men, like when men are under a lot of stress, they don't want to have sex, or when women are. And so just to connect. So what are some of the signs you think that like during foreplay, I always tell people like, pay attention. Is she breathing? Is her breath quickening? You know, what are some of the signs you think that you can tell when you are paying attention that you've learned that you wouldn't tell otherwise?
I mean, definitely breathing is a given. You know, you can really tell by someone's breathing. I just think the level that they're relaxing with you, their grip of their hands on you will usually move in a different direction when they're reaching that in the zone place where they need to be sexually.
Yeah, no, it's all important. People don't pay attention. We're so concerned about our own, like, a lot of men and women, like, how am I doing? How do I look? And we're not focusing on the partner.
And for me, it's like an extracurricular challenge. Like,
it is.
I like to meet my new guy who I've been texting with because people find me, put it that way. So the message will come in, or someone's agent will reach out to me and say, so-and-so wants to meet you. And I'll say, I'll give my number. Let's text for a little bit. And by the time it actually happens, I am like, how quickly can I master this guy and give him everything he wants and just have a great time with him?
Oh, wow, that's good. And
because once I do that's so satisfying for me. So it's just great.
You can just tell right away. You can tell what they want.
I just get into that zone.
You're like the sex whisperer.
Yeah.
She can tell right away. I love it. Okay, let's take another call. This is a good one. Penis size. Let's talk to Steve. Hey, Steve.
Hi. I have a question.
Yes?
And the last few girls that I have been with sexually, they have complained that I was causing them discomfort during sex by having an above-average size penis. And I was just wondering what I need to do to make it more comfortable for them.
This is our second large penis call. Do we believe this? Okay, Steve, so, yeah, okay, what do you do? That they complained about? Use lots of lube, slow down, have her on top so she
Steve,
can control
I really don't know I can't help you because to me, I hear like the jackpot when I see a large penis. So I can't even relate. When I have girlfriends that are just like, I don't like a big penis. And there's even some girls in the business and I tell them, you're like a race car driver that doesn't want to drive fast. How can you be a porn star and not love big cocks?
Exactly. So here's the thing, Steve. There's someone who's going to love
it. Just be with somebody that loves it.
It's like women with large breasts. Some guys like it, some guys don't. Some women love large penis, and men spend so much time worrying about their penises. So, Steve, I think that you're going to find someone, but also use lots of lube and make sure she's comfortable and just work it in slowly. She might learn to love your penis. I'm sure she will. But don't trip on it. Okay, Steve, thanks for calling. Sex with Emily. It's awesome to have you on. Okay, so I'm wondering about your own sexuality. So when did you first feel like you became sexual being? Like when did you first masturbate?
I think I really came into my sexual being. I started dancing, stripping illegally at 16. I got fake ID. I met these girls doing a bikini contest. Long, fun story short. And they were just so adventurous. And I really emulated them in the freedom and the way that they lived. So they took me on many sexual journeys. And I had my first girl-girl relations and me and girlfriends going out and meeting guys together. And so I just really started to be like, okay, this suits me. I'm open enough. I'm finding pleasure in this.
Always felt that
I'm not held up by this. I don't want a relationship. I've been in one serious relationship my entire life. it just doesn't suit me.
Right.
And I was able to meet them and realize I gravitated to them so much more than the other people that I'd been around so much of my life, that I must be meant to be moving in this direction.
Right. So you were always comfortable with your sexuality. And how about orgasm? Were you able to always, I know you orgasm anally, we already covered that. What about other like G-spot? Are you more like clitoral, masturbation?
I'm all over the charts.
Everything. You can do it all.
With,
yeah. You're a porn star. You're lucky. Not that all porn stars are like that, but I appreciate that. Because also, were you like that always at the beginning? Or was it more like you learned more about your body?
When you have multiple partners in your life, everyone teaches you something different. Just
That's
like
so
I'm
true.
teaching somebody now something different.
Okay, so what did you learn then about perfecting the art of the blowjob, oral sex on a man? What would you say is your special tips here that we don't know? It's hard, right?
It's not. It's just, there's just, when people say, well, what do you do? There's not one thing you do. You have to have a massive amount of things that you do
in your
for
arsenal.
the blowjob. You have to work it. You go hard, you go soft. Some girls like a lot of spit. I'm not a huge spit person. There's so many different things you do, mixing up hands, both hands, one hand. It doesn't always have to be just jamming it down your throat.
Right.
Guys like it soft. They like the tip played with a lot. They like little breath on it and breathing on it. They like a lot of different things. You just have to mix it up and don't look at it like so many women look at the blowjob like, okay, I have to do this for like 2-3 minutes.
Women hate
before
it.
we're going to have sex. It's like you should want to give him a blowjob for like 30 minutes laying there watching Sports Center. You should just want to do that.
I don't
understand. Want to do that.
Exactly. And if you don't want to do it, somehow figure out why it is that you don't. Like, did you have a bad experience? Does it taste bad to you? Like, did you have like some kind of religious upbringing where it was wrong? Whatever it is, if you're with a guy who really enjoys oral sex, then it would behoove you to figure out a way that you can get into the moment as well and learn to enjoy it. Because I hear from lots of men that the number one thing they do like about good oral sex is when she's enthusiastic.
Right.
Like, they just want to be into it and like it. And you can
don't
learn
make me
to
feel
like
like
it.
You don't want to do it.
Right, exactly. Like, just do it and mix it up. It's so true. Now, how about women? So you're bisexual?
Yes.
Okay. So, and you've always been bisexual. You've had relationships with men and women and the whole thing. So what about oral sex on a woman? Are there tips? Same thing, I know.
Same thing.
Mix it up.
Yep.
Totally. Because guys don't. They don't.
And there's nothing wrong with asking somebody what they like when you first meet up with them.
I know, exactly. And sometimes women aren't as comfortable or they don't. Yeah. And some women don't know exactly what they like. So, I always tell women, like, if you don't know your own body, take time to masturbate. Take time to figure it out. Just like men, too.
Did you watch Sex in the City?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember the one where Charlotte finally looked at her vagina for the first time?
Yes.
It was just legendary because I was like, that's not uncommon. There's women out there, not as much the newer generation. The young kids are being brought up so much more open than we were, but
they've already Instagrammed a picture of their vagina. But besides that, we didn't look at it. It's true. And was that the same one with the rabbit, or was that a different one when she used the rabbit vibrator? Yeah, totally. It's like people. It is like masturbation 101. Like, take a look at your vagina.
When you bring up the rabbit, it's funny. I want to talk about my fleshlight a bit because
you won the best fleshlight.
The interesting factoid about a fleshlight is, women have had the one thing we've had is so many options when it comes to masturbation. Men have had nothing.
Nothing. This is it.
And men masturbate way more than women in general.
Exactly.
So why someone hadn't perfected it, no one had perfected the texture, the way you take care of it. Fleshlight is just all around the perfect product. It's easy for a guy to take care of. It's not huge. He doesn't have to plug it in. He doesn't have to worry about anything shock. There have been a couple units made in the past that were electric.
Right.
And that hooked up to your computer. I remember guys being like, I could never hook myself up to my computer. What if something happened, So I think that guys being comfortable and understanding that it is okay to have a fleshlight.
Exactly.
You should love your fleshlight because I love every toy I have, and I have a massive amount of toys.
Exactly. And it is the number one selling male sex toy. So here's the thing about the fleshlight. First of all, you won an award for the top fleshlight. So what was it about your particular? Because so first of all, let's talk about the fleshlight.
I think it's just generated by numbers of
sales.
It
wasn't that your particular mold of your vagina was particularly more pleasurable.
I wouldn't say my vagina would be. I don't know, but it could be a popularity thing. Could just be that many guys would like to have my vagina. I also have my ass in my mouth.
You do. Good for you.
Yep, they do all three. But my fans love it. They have it.
They
love it.
love it. And here's the thing about the fleshlight too, is that if people don't know, it's popular sexually because it simulates the sensations of sex. So it's engineered to look and feel like the real deal, but it's like in a container that actually looks like a flashlight. Like it's not like everyone's going to know what it is when they come into your house. And some people say it feels better than sex too, and it's just variety.
And they mold it exactly like our inner vagina and our vagina. So every girl's looks completely different because they do a cast on you, photos up in there, and I think that's pretty spectacular for the guys. Like I always say to my guys, like I can only be in one place at a time.
Right.
So having my fleshlight is just the next best thing.
Exactly.
You know?
It's simulated. So go to sexwithemily.com/fleshlight or go to Sex with Emily and just click on the fleshlight banner and you can buy Lisa Ann's fleshlight.
When you said it looks like a flashlight, it's funny, but one of our earthquakes that we had, I was in a panic. I was tweeting that I was in a panic. And it wasn't even one of these bad ones. It was one of the ones that I feel that no one else does.
Right.
And that I turn on the news and go onto every website and see where it was.
Right.
And so I'm like, I was tweeting. I ran and I grabbed my fleshlight and ran out the door. And then later on, I looked at everybody. It's like, oh, you grabbed a fleshlight, not a flashlight? I'm like, I'm so used to my fleshlight that I forgot flashlight.
That is so funny because it really does look like one. You can't tell. That is hilarious. Well,
and I'm not much a fan of earthquakes. I've missed all the last ones. I hadn't been here for 5 weeks. So there was a bunch. I know.
There was a bunch.
Because I check my cameras at my house as soon as we have one. And the first one we had that was like the Encino area up that way, all of my awards are on a landing going up into my bedroom. And all of my awards made it all the way down the steps to my place. I'm like, of all the things, nothing broke. My awards had flown down the center of my place all the way down the steps.
Oh, my God. All your awards. You walked in through like
I just looked at it in the camera and had someone go take care of it.
Oh my God, that's so funny. It's been very, very, very scary with the earthquakes.
I don't like the earthquake.
I don't like them either. And I got family visiting from Michigan, and my niece said to me during the big one a few weeks ago, she's like, "Are there ever earthquakes here?" I'm like, "No, they're not that often." Like they got there that night. The next morning at like 6 a.m., it's like a bam, a huge earthquake. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She's like 11. They all freaked out.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's not pleasant.
It wasn't good. It was not a good thing. But hey, we lived, and we're here to tell. Okay, we have another call. Let's talk to Lenny. Hey, Lenny. Thanks for calling Sex with Emily. You're on with Lisa Ann. Lenny, my darling Lenny. He wants to know how you can stay looking so good. You do look amazing.
I think having a lot of sex is a good fountain of youth.
Yeah, I think so too. Mm-hmm. People don't realize it actually is good for you to.
I call it sexercise.
Sexercise.
There's so many things you can do when you're doing reverse cowgirl. You can do your triceps.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many leg exercises you can do. I mean, it can keep you very fit.
It's true. So do you still have a lot of sex in your personal life and professional?
I do.
So it's not like you're like, oh, enough, I'm done.
I only shoot probably 3 to 5 scenes at the most a month.
Okay.
So I'm not really having that much sex on camera.
And it is work, right? I mean...
Well, it's work, but I mean, it's different. It's a different type of sex. So, yes, there's still a lot of days of the month there for me to have sex.
Exactly. I like that. I know. I'm the sex. Exactly. And you can have sex with multiple people. You're not in a commitment mode. Right. I get it. I'm not either. I'm the same way. So I like that. So how do you think that porn, it's so many... I hear from so many listeners, so many callers, women, younger women, all ages, who are so confused by the fact that their partner, husband, boyfriend watches porn. And they're like, we have amazing sex. I don't understand. Why does he like porn? And so I'm curious, I feel like a lot of women don't understand it because they think, well, he wants her, not me, and we're having great sex.
There's this great show.
And I think it can help couples too. So I wanted to talk about how
there's this great show on FX, and it's called The League. And it's all about fantasy football. It's about these group of friends that have this fantasy football league, and they're hilarious. And there's this couple. And she lets her husband watch porn, but he has to either be watching it, he watches it in the gym and has to be doing cardio at the same time. So this is how she gets him to work out.
Right.
So he's got it up on the TV, and she comes in, she talks to whatever he's watching his porn. It's hilarious.
That's so funny.
It's one of those things that I think people should talk about in the beginning, but yet I don't feel guys are comfortable enough to talk about.
No, they hide it.
It's not as big of an issue now because girls watch porn now.
Well, that's
everyone
the thing.
watches porn now. So that issue is the generation of, let's say, 45 years old and up. I think pretty much the younger dynamic is pretty much it's a wash.
No, I hear it from 20-somethings all the time. They're like, they don't understand. They haven't gotten into porn yet. So I'm wondering what I always say, watch it with your partner. Find some find porn that you're
Not all women are going to want to watch porn, though.
True.
They don't want to sit still that long. It's not that entertaining to them. But for guys, it's entertaining.
But don't you think that couples could learn a lot about watching porn together? Some.
Some.
Otherwise, you think no? It should be like a separate thing?
I think that if you didn't talk about it when you first started dating, you didn't know about it, and it's his thing, then maybe he wants to keep it his thing. If it's something you want to do together, then you bring it to the table and you look for certain types of movies that could help couples. There's many other type of movies that could traumatize couples.
Like what? What's going to traumatize?
I don't think a couple's going to want a couple that has very mundane, poor, normal sex, 2 positions. She's not going to want to watch an anal gangbang DP or a double penetration or a double vag. Right. So they need to know what they're buying.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
There should be like a checklist. Like,
you need to be like, well, just be buyer beware.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would ask someone what you're downloading before you download it.
Exactly. And also there is a lot of female-friendly porn, more plots, more things that, women might typically like. And on my website as well, sexologist.com, there's Good Vibes has a pay-by-the-minute plan for porn, so you can watch porn. So you can figure out what you like. It's a lot of curated porn that are more geared towards women and couples, and you can sort on their website by what you like and check it out. That might be something for you. You can buy 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, see what you like. Okay, we're going to take line 2. We're going to talk to Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan, you're on Sex with Emily with Lisa Ann.
Hey, I was wondering, how often do you connect with your fans?
In what way, Jonathan? I go on the road and feature dance every weekend, so whoever comes into the clubs gets to say hello to me there. I do personal appearances and hosting events, trade shows. I keep it all on my timeline on Twitter, which is The Real Lisa Ann. So if you are willing to come to one of those events, then we can meet.
I would love to.
Check it out, Lisa
Where do you live?
New York.
Okay, so I'm going to be at the Scene in Long Island this weekend.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Oh, good. I love it. Okay, Jonathan. Thanks for calling. You're awesome. Okay, so what your website is pretty amazing. What's one of the best things you think you like about your site right now that distinguishes you from your Lisa Ann site, lisaann.com?
I don't look at anything about mine and compare it to anybody else's. So I wouldn't look at another girl's site.
Do you want people to go to your site?
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's nothing I would say mine's better for this reason.
It's just that it's you.
My fans that belong to my site, it's just because they've been fans of mine since I had a membership mail order fan club. You know what I mean? It's just been 24 years of us being together.
That's a long time you're doing it, and you still love it, and you're so happy. That's great. How did you manage to get into both the AVN and the XCARCO? Is that what it is? Hall of Fame?
Just from being in the business for a certain amount of time. I think one, you have to be in the business 13 years, and I think the other is 15 years. So it's something you automatically
you're in the business?
After that.
There's nothing to do. It must do with your skills, though, too. The fact that
no, it's just about the amount of years you've been.
Okay, then what about the fact that you've won so many awards? And what is it you think about Lisa Ann on the screen that has got? Because there's a lot of women who've worked for a long time. What do you think it is about you specifically that so many people are attracted? You've got to know what you hear.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know. I don't know. People ask me this all the time. I'm like, I don't know. I just have a ton of fans. Luckily, they still buy my stuff and want more of my stuff.
But there's a lot of porn stars who don't.
But there's a lot of other very popular girls as well.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying about you. You must be self-aware. I know there's a lot of other sex podcasters. I know people like me. They think I'm maybe real. I'm more authentic. I give straightforward advice.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the years. I don't know if it's the Palin. I did Sarah Palin. That was pretty big.
You were the Sarah Nailing Palin.
Yep.
That's huge.
So
Everyone saw that.
Big. So, it's just a conglomeration of being involved for so many years and building a very consistent fan base and continuing to work and do what I do.
Right. Okay. So on your Instagram, which I checked out, it seems like you dress up a lot. You got a lot of sexy outfits, of course, because that's what you do. But do you think that a lot of women should try to do that more for their partners? Do you think that that's something that sort of goes by the wayside if you've been in a relationship for a while? People aren't always dressing up.
I would say it's hard for me to judge other relationships since I don't have one myself. I hate to be that person. I don't go to my friends that are married and ask them for my single people advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
but being out there, whatever.
Everyone
I always
should
think it's sexy. Just try to mix it up. Do something different,
See, I think it's different in LA too, because in New York, I see people dressed up every weekend to go out to dinner. Women still wear furs and it's acceptable, which I love. People are dressed, men in suits every weekend. It's so nice. You don't see that as much in California.
No.
People are very casual here.
We are too casual.
A little too casual.
But I mean, dress up in the bedroom or have fantasy role play, stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's super important. I think it's just fun I think it's all about variety. And I think a lot of couples do get stuck in that routine and they're just not, mixing things up. Just wear something, a little sexy something, a little sexy lingerie, whatever it is that works for you.
And there's so much fun stuff to buy.
I know, right? And then what about toys? Do you like toys?
I
toys?
love toys.
So what's your favorite top one right now?
I love phallic glass toys. For some reason, I have always liked the glass toys.
The glass dildos.
A couple little vibrators. I have some nice stuff from Evolve that I like. I'm lucky when I go into signing stores, put nice little baskets together, so I get to try out the Lilo has some beautiful
I
new
love
toys.
Lilo toys. Yeah, Lilo has some beautiful toys, but there's not one that you. What about using toys with your partner? Like, do you really do that?
I do that sometimes. Being on the go and traveling as much as I do, you don't always have that stuff with you. That's more of a at-home thing.
Oh, I do. There's little travel ones now.
I know.
And they're
but
waterproof and
when you
chargeable.
travel, when you're doing 3-4 states a week, you carry as little with you as possible.
Yeah, I know. But the little bullet or something, no, I get it. If you don't need it, you don't want it, you don't have to bring it, right? That's true. Okay, let's talk to Braden. Braden has a call for you. Hey, Braden has a question.
Hey, is this Lisa?
Yeah, this is Emily and Lisa. What's up, Braden?
Oh, my God. Hey, I want to know where the craziest place you've done it outside of porn it's been.
Oh, outside of porn.
It depends. You call a taxi cab crazy?
Kinda.
Okay, so we'll put it in a taxi cab. I love to have sex in taxi cabs for some real reason.
Cool.
What about you?
Tired girl.
What's the craziest place you've ever done it, Braden?
I'm only 21, but...
All right, where do you want to do it? Like, I have not done it in an airplane yet because the bathrooms freak me out, and there's no way I want to go in there and have sex. It just doesn't make me feel sexy in there. It would be a private plane, yeah, for sure.
I would say I have on a path.
On a what? On a path? Like a bike?
Like the path of a walking trail.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Nature.
This is a good start.
It's a great start.
I always thought a ski lift would be kind of fun.
I've done
though
that.
It's super cold.
No, I've done that in a gondola, so it was closed. But I did it on a ski. That's the craziest place I've ever had sex. Thank you very much.
Were you filming it?
Was I what? Was I filming? No, this is Emily. I don't film my sex scenes. Lisa Ann does. I've not yet ventured into porn, but my life is still young here. The night is still young. You don't know what can happen later. Thanks, Braden. Thanks for calling Sex with Emily. You rock.
Oh, take care.
Appreciate it. Totally
Have a good weekend, babe.
Yeah, exactly. So all these people are going to come see you in New York. And so also I was going to say to you, so for men, what do you think that you've learned? What do you think? We talked about the sex tips and the oral sex and all that. But is there any parts of a man's body, for example, or things that you have found that is a universal truth of men as far as that works for them to get him in the mood, to turn him on, to get him there?
I still think that cooking for a man is the universal thing that you could do.
Really? Are you a good cook?
I'm a great cook, and cooking is still, to this day, probably the most erotic thing you can do for any man.
Wow, I've never
universally.
Cooked. It's interesting.
Oh my God, they love it.
I know,
they
hear that.
They love it, and it's just something. Yeah, they love it.
I
it's
always
so
date
important.
guys who cook. I understand. I just don't cook. But you're right. That's a good one. Now I'm feeling like I should take a cooking class. But
just something. Just learn to make one thing.
Right, they love the scent
I
too.
teach all my but just you know what's nice about it? They like knowing that you went to the market that day, that you're preparing the meal. They walk in, they already smell it.
They're
being
nurtured.
waited. Yes, guys like being waited on. It's
right.
a very classic Italian trait we all have.
Are you Italian?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, let's talk to Angel. Hey, Angel, you're on Sex with Emily. What's going on?
Yeah. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good, Angel. How are you?
I'm good. First of all, I got to say, you're my favorite porn star. If I ever had a chance to date you, I would. Take you out on a nice romantic date.
Where do you live, Angel?
I live in Georgia.
In Georgia?
Atlanta,
Where
Georgia.
in Georgia? Oh, my God, you have no accent. Are you from Georgia your whole life?
No, I'm from California.
Okay.
Born and raised in Los Angeles.
You definitely sound more like you're from California. How do you like living in Atlanta?
Big difference.
It's a lot hotter, a lot more humid, but there's a lot more cake there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
Booty. We call it cake.
I totally understand.
Yeah. A lot more cake.
So why is she your favorite porn star? You've probably watched other porn. Tell me what it is, because she won't break it down for me. So why is Lisa Ann your favorite porn star? It's hard for her to break it down.
She just knows how to pleasure a guy.
Yeah.
If you look at her videos, you can tell she's really into it. She's really passionate into it.
She is. She's into it, and she's like, that's what you're saying. It's a tip for women, like, be into it, and you truly are. But women, if you're not into it, you got to learn how to get into it, because that's hot.
It is.
You're not even talking about her looks because she's beautiful. You're saying because she's into it and she pleases a man. I think it's a great answer.
Angel, you got to understand, when people ask me what do people like about me, it's not like I can say, oh, I'm Tom Brady and I threw this many completions
That's
last
why we
year.
asked
I
him,
have no
'cause it's one of your
stats.
fans.
You know what
It's
I'm saying?
hard. It's totally hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
I just look at you people and I'm like, thanks for the love. I'll just keep doing it until one day you guys are done with me and I'll move on.
Love it. Thanks, Angel. Thanks for calling.
No
Have
problem,
a great
man.
night.
Have a good weekend.
Okay, so that's good. See, it's hard to reflect on yourself. I just wanted to know you're his favorite porn. I'm sure you're not the only porn star, but you're his favorite. So we got to know why.
What's interesting about being in the place where I am, popularity-wise, is I tell my friends, like, I just feel like the world is my living room because everywhere I walk, someone's engaging with me, whether it's just looking at me and knowing, and then there's that moment where it's like, yes, you know, yes, I know. Or they approach me and, like, I have to go to the same places. Like, I do the same terminal at LAX, the same flights. So the same crew is working security. So they're very used to me now.
Right.
Same plane, same flight number, same crew. I've learned to make my life be so much the same so I can get over that so I can get into a comfort place where it's like, now we're chilling. Now I'll walk in, they'll be like, oh, did you shoot this week? I'll be like, yeah, I did a DP for Jules Jordan. It was an amazing scene. Like, we could talk about it because we've gotten past that newness of it.
Right.
And they're like my family now.
It's like community, wherever you go.
Totally.
So
and they're super excited. Yes.
That's so fun. That's good that you made it.
Comforting. It's a comforting feeling. You know, it's just like everywhere I go, I'm like, somebody will look over at me and I'll just nod my head, be like, it's me.
Yeah, that's what I did. I'm back. I did. I got it. That's good. You got it because it's a lot of traveling, a lot of whatever. So do you think that's why you choose not to be in a relationship, or just always been how you've been?
I just don't want to be, I don't want to weigh anything down while I'm doing this. This is an experience that's very, it's free, you know, and I feel like if I were to be in a relationship with a guy, when I was in my one relationship, I didn't have sex with other guys because that's just not the mindset that I'm in. So as open as I am, there's still parts of me that are very old school and want to do something the right way. So I can't really offer myself completely to a guy one-on-one. So I just keep it very light and airy, and I have a lot of relationships. And there's times where someone will get a little bit attached, and I'll just be like, okay, this person caught some feelings. Right. We're just going to stop returning text messages. I hate that it's going to go down like this, but there's no me trying to explain to you that I can't stop doing what I'm doing.
Exactly.
There's no, when that talk arises, which there was just somebody I was hanging out with last year, and he just kind of came to me like right before I was coming back here to shoot a movie, and he was like, I'm never going to be able to look at you the same. And I was like, okay, well, that's good.
Delete
that's
your number.
Cool. I'm like, you don't ever have to look at me again. I'm not going to change for someone else.
No.
You have to be ready to do it on your own. So, and it's also super fun. It's great when I'm in a town and there's a game going on, and someone will have someone from the team find me and reach out to me like, hey, do you want to go to the game tonight? Yes, I want to go to the game. Yes, I want to enter the arena in the tunnel and walk through where the players walk through and hang out. Yes, I want to be
Lots
that
of
person.
Perks. What kind of guys are you attracted to? Are you attracted to athletes?
I'm very attracted to athletes. I'm attracted to athletes because they're busier than I am, and there could be no situations. They're never going to get obnoxious texting me. They're never going to freak out on me. They have way too much to lose, and I feel comfort in being with someone who has more to lose than I do.
Exactly. Or that you don't want. They're traveling. You're traveling. The same lifestyle. That's a great. And they're hot. A lot of them.
And they're in great
let's
shape.
talk about. What about other traits in men that you like? Tall, short? Is there anything you're really into?
I like tall guys. My other traits in men are pretty. I have a pretty open mind. I'm not really into big bodybuilder guys. Not like I'm looking for this thing, but he just has to be cool. I just like somebody who I connect with.
That you connect with.
Yep.
I got it. Okay, let's talk to Blake because this is a really good question. Hey, Blake, you're on with Lisa Ann at Sex with Emily, and you want to know tell me your question.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey,
What's
Blake.
the best way to make a girl come?
Best way to make a girl come, Lisa.
Every girl's very different, Blake.
That's the problem.
You're
We're all
going
like
to have to
snowflakes.
communicate with her and find out what it is that she likes. Every guy pleases me in a different way. So it would matter, different sizes. If you're riding a guy, a different size is going to hit your G-spot in a different way. So there's so many things. Some guy might never hit it, Some guys get you off orally. Some guys can't.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's every partner is different. You cannot train yourself sexually and be a robot and think the same things are going to work. You got to have new moves. Every time you're with someone new, you got to have new moves. And that's why people perfect it with someone and they decide, I'm going to marry this person because you know what? We're good. We know each other. We're making each other come. We're enjoying each other's lives together. This is it.
Right.
So you got to experiment.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye, Blake. See, that's good. All right, Blake learned a new thing. He's going to go please every single woman on the planet. Okay, here's some more anal questions because, we're here with Lisa Ann.
Because the world is obsessed with anal sex.
The world is friggin' obsessed. Okay, Kuzo, what's going on? You're on with Lisa Ann at Sex with Emily.
Oh, this is Lisa Ann?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm talking to you right now.
What up, boy?
You know how many times I jacked off to your video?
How many times?
How many? We want to know.
How many times have I saved you from impregnating somebody?
Oh, my God.
Possibly spitting out someone in the world that's going to be destructive.
132 times?
Yeah.
Really? That's awesome.
What's your question?
You're doing good work, Lisa Ann.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm cleaning the streets.
Yeah, you're doing good work. You clean the streets. That's what's up.
Do you have a question?
I mean, the question is not from me. It's from my homeboy. It's weird as fuck.
You know what? This is great. This is like the scene in Mean Girls where the girl calls Planned Parenthood and says, this is for my friend.
Right. We
this
don't
is
believe
for
you.
you, man. But it's cool. We're going to say it's for your friend. Let's name him Mike, okay?
Exactly.
What does Mike need?
Yeah, what does he want to know?
He's like, what's it called? He's asking, how does it feel having your ass licked? I mean, it's weird, but, you know.
How's your ass licked? How does that feel, Lisa? Can you describe what it feels like?
I really can't. No one's ever asked me this question before.
She's got us stumped.
You know, it just...
How do you describe it?
Yeah, how do you describe it?
I guess it feels good. It turns you on.
Good.
I don't know. I'm asking her.
Tell your friend that he might want to try it himself and come up with his own opinion.
So real quick though, follow my boy on Twitter.
Yo, I heard you guys giggling in the back. I knew you were gonna ask me. I will only follow people that I have met. So unless I've met you, you will not get followed. Which means you need to follow me on Twitter and find out when I'm going to be at a club by you and come in. You say, hey, yo, we talked. You said you'd follow me on Twitter if I met you. If you're cool, I'll follow you.
There you go. Okay, what's your Twitter? Let's tell everyone your Twitter.
The real Lisa Ann.
She's the real friggin' Lisa Ann Kuzo. So go follow her on Twitter, and then you might meet her, and then you can talk about ass licking and all that stuff.
Okay,
have a great night.
I'm flying tomorrow. Where are you located at?
I'm going to be in New York at the Scene this weekend. Next weekend, I'll be in Providence, Rhode Island at the Cadillac Lounge. The weekend after that, I'll be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Blush.
She's all over. You got to find her. You got no excuse, okay?
All right,
bye, Kuzo. Have a great night. Okay, so we just have a few more minutes here. So I have to give you, I have some special presents for you. I know that you're leaving.
This is hilarious because I can always leave them in my car. But I could fly with them too.
Here's the thing. Okay, first of all, do you ever use pheromones to get attracted? You know, like scent and all that stuff is really attractive. Okay, so this is, we were talking about cake earlier. This is Crazy Girl. It's a flirty body mist with sex attractant. It has pheromones, and it's like pink cupcake, and it's selling out like crazy.
Super cute.
And it's sparkly, and it makes you smell good. And I'm telling you, I was wearing it.
I call glitter whore dust because all the strippers wear it. And
exactly,
it's all over the dudes.
But it's not too glittery. It's a shimmer. It's not glitter. And it's by Crazy Girl. And if you go, and I'm telling you, it's like they want to eat you. People are like, "Oh my God, Emily, what are you wearing?" And I'm
trying to repel people, Emily. Actually, so I might want to spray the opposite.
Okay, well you can do that. But I'm gonna give
I'll wear it when I'm with somebody that I don't think is going to attack me at the airport in public.
Exactly. Don't do it in the airport. And don't get attacked with a guy. They want to friggin' eat you. Yes. Go to crazygirlproducts.com. Enter Emily25. It's super reasonable. It's a great gift. I've had a lot of Crazy Girl products. But I just started wearing these more often in the last few weeks because, like, summer, I want to be spring, I want to be summer.
What's in this box? I'm super curious.
Okay, this is my massage candle from Emily and Tony.
Oh, I love candles.
Okay,
I love
you're
candles so
friggin'
much.
freak out. Okay, so I made these massage candles that feel amazing. You can massage your partner. It's all vegan, coconut oil, soybean oil. It's vanilla, and it's going to blow your mind.
I love this candle so much. Oh, my God. It smells so good. Where can I order these?
Okay, so EmilyandTony.com.
Paraben-free. I like this.
It's paraben-free. You use coupon code Emily, and you get 20% off your order. But they're almost sold out right now because just tell your
they're
experience.
amazing.
Yeah, like they're high-end. They're from France. We have 3 cents. But
you know what people don't realize about good
massage
candles.
And it's a massage aromatherapy. You pour it on your partner. Have you ever done that? When you it's like burns cooler.
Yeah.
It's like warm.
Yep.
So why do you think? I mean, massage, amazing, right? Like have you?
Amazing. I just had a hockey player give me the most amazing massage last
now
night.
You got to bring this with you in your suitcase.
Don't worry. I always have candles, so you know. But I buy the ones that are in tins for travel, so they don't break in my suitcase.
Okay, so go.
Love it.
I'll send you more. EmilyandTony.com.
Okay.
I hope that you love it.
Love.
Really, because people are kind of freaking out about it. Okay, we got to go, Lisa Ann. You're awesome. The real Lisa Ann.
The real Lisa Ann on Twitter. The real Lisa Ann XXX on Instagram. Thank you so much for having me.
It's been great having you in the show, and thanks everyone for listening to Sex with Emily. Was it good for you? Email me feedback@sexwithemily.com. Sex toys aren't just for women. Go to sexwithemily.com/fleshlight to discover the best sex toys for men. The Fleshlight. A lot of guys say it feels even better than sex, and it helps build stamina, meaning you'll last longer in bed. Go to sexwithemily.com/fleshlight to see my Fleshlight recommendations and get one tonight.
Perhaps play a little game called Just a Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
Hey, this is Jordan Harbinger, host of the Art of Charm podcast, the #1 dating and relationship advice podcast in iTunes.
I'm Emily Morse, host of the Sex with Emily podcast, the #1 sex and relationship podcast on iTunes and at sexwithemily.com. And this is Just the Tip.
All right, so I know a lot of good sex is like breakup sex, makeup sex, vacation sex. How do we have great sex all the time? Because obviously, routine, just got home from the grocery store sex isn't really all that good.
No,
sometimes.
That's really not so hot when you're unpacking the groceries into the refrigerator. So the reason why these events, like makeup sex, breakup sex, the reason why these lead to great sex is because of the emotions that are associated with them.
Nice.
But you can create these emotions when something monumental isn't happening. For example,
start a huge fight.
Start a huge friggin' fight with her if you got nothing else to do. But also, you don't actually want to keep getting in fights, so you could mimic makeup sex by engaging in a little friendly competition. A heated game of strip backgammon that can be easily resolved with a sensual massage. Because breakup sex is all about having that last passionate night together.
Right.
So perhaps, let's say she's going away for a weekend. Why can't you simulate that last hurrah by cooking her favorite dinner at home and spend more time with her? So also, the first time sex, which is also exciting, is about incorporating something new. So I always tell people, mix up your sexual routine. Stop doing the same things over and over again.
Right.
So
get a donkey in there.
Get a donkey in there. Right, exactly. Play your favorite music. Get a sex toy. Have your dog watch. I don't care.
People do that, I'm sure.
They do. Sometimes you can't help it.
You ever doing there's just cats watching, and I remember doing that once, and there's 7 cats just lounging around just watching. I'm like, these guys don't even care.
Or have you ever had a dog lick your balls by mistake?
No.
That's not happened to me because I don't have balls, but
right.
I heard that dogs do lick balls.
I've heard that happens, right? Yeah, by air quotes mistake. Yeah, sure.
And the guy didn't say anything about it, and he thought it was her. It was a whole ugly scenario. It was on the front page of the news. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, but basically, and also vacation sex is a big one. That's a complete lack of stress, a time when you can both relax and enjoy each other. So if you don't have time for vacation, you know, money for a vacation, just take a whole Sunday and do nothing. Stay at home, say we're turning off our cell phones, and we're just going to pretend we're on vacation and have a staycation of having sex all day at home.
Nice. Love it. If you guys want to learn more from The Art of Charm about dating, relationships, and even networking for business, visit us at theartofcharmpodcast.com or check us out on iTunes and follow me on Twitter at The Art of Charm.
And check out the Sex with Emily podcast at sexwithemily.com and on iTunes if you want to have the best sex of your life, that is. Also, follow me on Twitter at Sex with Emily.